All right, guys. Mic is hot. All right, make sure it's right there. Yep, mic is hot, guys. We are live with another one, guys. All right, live with another one. Welcome to the channel. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys, there's a couple things where we need to talk about, okay? There is a few things that we must talk about today, okay? First and foremost, guys, let's talk about Dana White and this White House, this whole debacle, basically, okay? Hopefully, they can do this. Hopefully, Dana White and his people can actually make this happen, because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of talks behind, this White House card. But let's start off from the top, okay? Dana White has been going around, in his media, out there having interviews with the media. And he's been talking a lot about, this this White House card. Okay, and not only that, but he's also been promoting the Canelo and Crawford fight. So that's most likely why he's, out there in the media answering a lot of questions. And we'll get to the fine details of what questions Dana White, is, refusing to answer. But we'll get into that a little bit later, guys. All right, but he's been asked multiple questions about this White House card. And as it stands right now, as it stands right now, Dana White loves the idea of Conor McGregor actually being on this White House card, which I'm not surprised by this, guys. I'm not surprised at all. Conor McGregor still has one fight on his contract with the UFC, and if if he's able to get out of that contract, Conor McGregor can do other things in other organizations. So that might be a great possibility for Conor McGregor to fight and get rid of that last fight for the, on his contract, is at the White House. Now, if you guys are not, if you guys are familiar with my last video that I made a video basically predicting how the White House card would look. And I did have Conor McGregor headlining that White House card. I did mention that. I did say Kayla Harrison will be on that card as well. And as it stands right now, guys, Kayla Harrison just had a recent interview, and she did mention that according to Dana White and the UFC, Kayla Harrison will be on that White House card as well. So right now, it looks like I am 2-0 with these UFC fight predictions and the White House card, at the White House card specifically. Now, I'm not saying Conor McGregor is 100% going to be at the White House card, but if Dana White is, going out there mentioning Conor McGregor and, saying that, he loves the idea of Conor McGregor being on this card, and there's big chances that Conor McGregor might just get on this card, guys. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, okay? Run up these likes, run up these subscriptions, support the community. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. But, guys, there's also more detail that's been falling out. Dana White, he's going out there, like I said, answering questions to the media. And he's giving, more fine details of, how this card is specifically going to look and how the arena will look. According to Dana White, there will be like 5,000 people, in attendance for this White House card. And he plans to have this whole event across the street across the street from the White House, where they plan to have like basically huge screens where all the fans could basically watch the fights, outside of the White House, and basically like tailgating. So that's a great idea. You know what I mean? That's a really, really good idea to have the fans out there, get together and be able to watch the fight right across the street from the White House while the, event is going on. That is huge. What's up? How you doing, Dean? Welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat. Hopefully you're having a good one, man. And right now we're talking specifically about, Dana White and his questions that he refuses to answer. But we're going to get more into detail about that. But right now we're talking about specifically the White House and the White House card, and how, I actually predicted how this White House card would look, and and Dana White mentioning that he loves the idea of Conor McGregor actually being on this card. Excuse me. Um, but yeah, guys, I think it's a fine idea. 5,000 people at the White House. That's not bad at all. It's most likely going to be people who are high level within the industry, most likely. And the whole idea of having this whole tailgating event across the street from the White House, I also think it's a great idea as well. You know, uh, so that's awesome. You know what I mean? That is awesome. And he even Dana White even gave us more detail about how the how the arena will actually look. He states that the fighters will actually be their entrance to the octagon would be coming from the Oval Office. So the fighters are going to be actually in the Oval Office and then walk out of the Oval Office into the octagon, which that is very interesting, man. I wonder how that's going to look. I wonder, you know, I wonder how they're gonna set up the media with that. I'm excited. This is gonna be crazy, man. This is out of control, man. And it's funny, man, because I did say that I'd never, the possibilities of this event happening was just slim to none. But now with the fine details of Dana White giving us, I mean, yeah, the possibilities of this card actually happening are really good. Hi, how you doing, Jin? People fall in love in mysterious ways. I guess so. I guess so. They really do. What else? All right, guys. I did also want to mention, a little bit about Canelo and Crawford. Okay, according to Dana White, this is the third highest gate, pay-per-view gate, that is, in history. You know what I mean? And Dana White, he's out here, like I said, answering questions to the media, promoting this boxing event, also promoting nothing to do with the UFC. Dana White is out here checked out, doing Ram truck commercials. All right, letting everybody know that the three highest pay-per-views of all time will happen to be Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, and Canelo versus Crawford now. And let me tell you something. Dana White is out here flexing the fact that he's a part of two. Excuse me. He is a part of two of the three highest pay-per-views of all time. He's out here flexing that, guys. And if you're out here flexing that, and you're out here, answering questions and promoting yourself and promoting another organization that basically are newly a part of, then I think Dana White should be answering the questions about fighter pay. Apparently, Dana White did not like that. Okay. Goodwill says Sean Jubilee is on the White House card. Is he really? Is he really? So Dana White is out here answering questions, but I tell you what, he's not answering specific questions. There was multiple, people out there, holding Dana White accountable, and the UFC. One of these reporters actually asked him about, his changes, his attempted changes that he's trying to do to the Ali Act. Dana White did not want to talk about anything to do with the Ali Act and the attempted changes that Dana White is actually trying to make. Okay? Dana White refused to talk about fighter pay as well. Okay? Dana White actually had the nerve to say to a reporter that you're just out here trying to show off. How is he out here trying to show off? He's out here asking the right questions. Why are you over here trying to make changes to this boxing organization? The same changes that, you basically got sued for in the UFC. But no, Dana White, he's out here ducking and dodging all these questions that have to do with fighter pay and all the changes that he's attempting to make with this Ali Act. He's looked like Floyd Mayweather, okay, in his prime, just ducking and dodging. It tells a real story about how checked out Dana White really is. Somebody on the comment says, "Are you a Jew?" I'm definitely not a Jew. You know what I mean? Why are we even talking about religion? I mean, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous right now. But going to the topic at hand right now, I mean, I can care less about Dana White being a part of the two highest gates. The real question is, are you a part of putting money in these fighters' pockets, aligning them for success, especially after their career ends in the UFC? Are you that person? Because as it stands right now, Dana White, you're just a person who's an opportunist, and you try to take advantage of people. Point blank, period. Dana White did not want to answer any questions that had to do with fighter pay. If you ask him any questions to do with fighter pay, the guy literally starts calling you a bully and a show off. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay? But let's talk more, let's talk more about this Canelo and Crawford fight for a little bit. Let me make sure my mic is hot. Let's talk more specifically about Canelo and Crawford. I think this is going to be one of the best boxing matches in a long time. Both guys are similar in age. Canelo, very few losses. He lost to the best of the best. Crawford has never lost. He's moving up in weight. Looking for an opportunity to fight Canelo. Looking for an opportunity to get that big bag, and he did. Both men have. I think this Canelo and Crawford fight, there's going to be a lot of people talking about it for a long time. It's going to be one of those boxing fights, legendary boxing fights. I really do. I'm excited for this. Good morning. How you doing, Lucky? How are you doing? Okay, 3 likes. Yeah, man, 3 likes. That's about it right now. You know what I mean? That is about it. I don't I'm not out here, crying about not getting likes, you know what I mean? But welcome to the channel and welcome to the chat. Lucky is Indian. Good for Lucky. Where am I from? I am from the US of A. Okay, I am from the US of A. Okay, that's where I am from. But going back to what I was saying about Canelo and Crawford, I mean, it's going to be an exciting fight. I will be going live for this fight as well. I will be going live for this fight. I think it's going to be a long day Saturday for me. To be honest with you, it's going to be a long day for me because I will be going live for this UFC event as well. I'm most likely going to be going live. I want to say maybe the last fight of the prelims. That's most likely when I'll go live. And these fights are actually starting early, so I will have a chance to actually do both. I will go live for the UFC, and right after I most likely go live again for the Canelo and Crawford fight, and do a play-by-play. I don't see why not. A reflection on a pool of water. OE's not reveal its depth. Let me see. 2026 White House Jones versus Aspinall. Aesthetic. I highly doubt John Jones is going to come back and fight Tom Aspinall. I don't see that happening, guys. I don't see that happening with the type of the type of condition that the heavyweight division is in. I don't see John Jones coming back to that. But yeah, guys, I'm super excited. I'm super excited about Saturday. This is going to be a hell of an event. I've never had an event like this, where you can actually watch the UFC and then right after watch, a great boxing event, let alone one of the best boxing events in history. Like I said, the third highest gate of all time, Canelo versus Crawford. So this is going to be a hell of a Saturday, man. A hell of a Saturday, guys. But Jones is in the testing pool. He also said in his Instagram post that he isn't retired. Look, I understand John Jones is not retired. Technically, he is in the testing pool. But do I see John Jones actually competing against Tom Aspinall? I don't see that happening. Maybe I see him competing against someone, but not Tom Aspinall. I don't see that happening. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, it takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Like I say, and like I will always say. Okay, this is your channel. I am just a pilot. Okay, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, run up these likes, run up these subscriptions. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, man. Nice to meet you. Well, nice to meet you as well. As we know how biased is Dana White, he'll match Bones to Aspinall. I don't know about that. I don't know. Mana chanting very country too funny. I don't even know what that means. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to John Jones, I mean, look, I understand he wants everybody to, basically say, hey, I'm not retired. I'm in the testing pool, this and that. I mean, guys, he relinquished the heavyweight title. There's a reason why he did that. And hi to you, cute girl. How you doing? Okay, make sure you like and you subscribe to the channel. Okay, welcome to your community and welcome to your chat. Cute girl, also Indian. Good for cute girl, man. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Yeah, guys. I mean, rest in peace to the guy. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to the guy. I did go live yesterday, and we talked a little bit about, the events that happened yesterday to Charlie Kirk. It's crazy that it happened, on the eve of September 11th. Okay, unbelievable. And we did talk specifically about, how can we make changes to this country to, the point where, you're not getting killed for your opinion. Okay. Your Huck, I don't know, says R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. I hear you, man. I hear you guys. Do you talk football or only UFC? Look, aesthetic. I do not talk football. I do not talk football. I only talk UFC and mixed martial arts specifically. But usually after the 30-minute mark, I usually say we could talk about whatever we want to talk about. It doesn't have to be mixed martial arts related. So that's when people start asking me questions about football and basketball and whatnot. I can hold my own when it comes to a little bit about basketball because I watch the Knicks. But when it comes to football, guys, I am a Giants fan. But let me tell you something. I haven't watched the Giants play in a long time. Why? Because the Giants are awful. Okay? They have been awful for a long time. All right? Very long time. Okay? And yeah, let me see. Billy Bob says, thank you. Thanks, man. Yeah, no doubt. I don't know what cute girl is saying. She is laughing, but she's talking in another language, man. Talking in another language. I like your beard, man. Thank you so much, Alexis. All right, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Subscribe done. Thank you so much for the subscription, Lucky. I appreciate you. Welcome to your community and welcome to your chat. You know what it is, guys. You know what it is. You look a bit like Seth Rollins. I definitely don't look like Seth Rollins. I actually did look up that guy, and I don't look anything like Seth Rollins. Not even a little bit. Not even a little tad bit. Okay, not even not even a little resemblance. Even if you was to squint your eyes, like if dust was hitting you, I wouldn't even look like that guy. Lucky says, "Oh my God." Aesthetic says also your voice is like Seth Rollins. I don't know how my voice is like Seth Rollins. There's no way that my voice is like Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? I don't know how the guy talks specifically, but I saw him and I could tell you what, I don't look like him. What? I don't know. I don't know what. Cute girl, you're from which state? She's still laughing. Cute girl is laughing her ass off. Okay, she is just laughing and laughing and laughing. hello to you guys too, guys. Hello to you guys too. All right. But yeah, guys. I mean, I think wrapping up the topic at hand. When it comes to Dana White, he's out here. Like I said, he'll be happy to, flex the fact that he's a part of two of the, biggest pay per views of all time. He definitely is not afraid to talk about that. But once questions are asked about fighter pay and the changes that he's attempting to make to this Ali Act, I tell you what, Dana White is just he refuses to confront those questions head on. Okay, if you ask him any of those questions, that guy starts calling you names like bully and a show off. Okay, which it doesn't even make any sense. Okay, uh, if anybody is a show off, is Dana White out here flexing the fact that he's a part of two of the highest pay per views. Who gives a shit? Okay, tell me about how you aligning these fighters' pockets. How about that? Let me continue. Bro, ignore them. You're talking with each other, or else kick them out of stream. All right, I'll kick them out of stream, man. I'll kick them out of stream right now. I'll kick them out of stream right now. No, I'm not gonna kick anybody out of the stream. They'll get out of the stream on their own. You know what I mean? They'll get out of the stream on their own, hopefully. Okay, hopefully. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's about it. That's really all I wanted to get out here and talk about. I just thought it was atrocious that Dana White refused to answer these questions. Okay, when it comes to Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, and Dana White, I think you put those three together in a room. I mean, they can really take down a business. Okay. They can really and look, I say that with all due respect because the reality of this is that mixed martial arts is exploding like never before. I mean, 7.7 billion, dollar contract with Paramount. I mean, it's a huge, huge deal. Excuse me, is a huge deal. You know what I mean? What's even a bigger deal is the fact that there's not going to be any more pay per view. Obviously, the pay per view model is dying. All right, so they do have to move and pivot themselves away from that model. And I think it's a good idea. I really do think it's a good idea. Who's your favorite heavyweight, Jones or who? My favorite heavyweight. Uh, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. My favorite heavyweight of all time, guys. My favorite heavyweight of all time will have to be Randy Couture, guys. Randy Couture will have to be my favorite heavyweight of all time. Okay. Q girl. I had to get that guy out of here. You know what I mean? I had to get that guy out of here just for the simple fact that he was annoying the shit out of me, guys. Okay. Usually I won't do that. Usually they could push the limit. You know what I mean? But not today. Not today. All right. But yeah, it'll be Randy Couture. I think Randy Couture will be my favorite fighter, my favorite heavyweight fighter. That is, of all time right now. You know what I mean? When it comes to the heavyweight division right now, I mean, I don't really like the heavyweight division. I mean, I like Derek Lewis. That's pretty much what I like right there. I like Francis Ngannou. I like Derek Lewis. I like Francis Ngannou. Let me see who else. I mean, from the top of my head, those are the two guys that I can actually say, excuse me, that I enjoy watching their fights. Okay. I'm gonna take the mic. Actually, I'm gonna take the mic and hold it up like this, guys, because we're reaching the 30-minute mark here in about 5 minutes, and we could talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. It doesn't have to be mixed martial arts related. Uh, but yeah, guys, I mean, we're living in a crazy world. Why do you think Shogun who reign wasn't long enough? When it comes to Shogun Hua, I mean, he had a great career. I mean, he had a great career in Pride, but if you look back at his, overall career, I mean, there was a lot of wear and tear. You know what I mean? There was a lot of wear and tear, when it came to his fights. It's not like, he went into those fights and he didn't have wars. I mean, back there in Pride, they were out there having wars, and not only were they having wars, but they were abusing their bodies as well with multiple steroids and a combination of steroids as well. You know what I mean? Over there in Pride, they weren't really, regulating, drugs at all. You could freaking take a line of coke and then head to the freaking ring and do your thing. Back in the days, it was the wild wild west basically, especially over there in Pride. Now with that said, even when Shogun Hua came to the UFC, he had a tough time. I mean, it wasn't like Shogun Hua had fine success in the UFC when he first came. I mean, he got beat by Forrest Griffin. He got submitted, but that was when Shogun Hua, he was suffering from a catastrophic injury, which was that he blew out his knee, and him blowing out his knee didn't help at all. You know what I mean? But like I said, even after the fact of him losing and not finding success early on in his career in the UFC, he still found success. I mean, he beat Machida. You know what I mean? He had a trilogy. Well, was it a trilogy fight? I believe. Yeah, I think so. They had a trilogy fight, and he beat Machida to get that strap. And yeah, I think the main thing that happened to Shogun Hua was just the wear and tear on his body. To be honest with you, especially after that injury, that catastrophic injury that happened to his knees. If I had to answer your question. Probably got Nick Diaz. Yeah, man. Yeah, Nick Diaz had some success, man. Some great success over there in the UFC and in what was it? Strike Force. He had great success in Strike Force as well. Some legendary fights over there in Strike Force. I mean, Strike Force right now, if they would have never sold to the UFC, I think they would have been a huge, huge competitor to the UFC by this point. To be honest with you, we probably would have been talking about Strike Force on Netflix. To be real, can you imagine if Strike Force would have bought out the WEC? Can you imagine that, guys? Imagine that. Imagine that, guys. Imagine if Strike Force would have never sold to the UFC, and instead of selling, imagine if the UFC and Strike Force came into a meeting, right, and the UFC were convinced that Strike Force were going to sell to them, but in reality, in an ultra universe, Strike Force doesn't sell, and the whole plan was to lure in the UFC to the UFC and to see what their ideas were to strategize against them. Oh my gosh, Strike Force would have found some success. I mean, if they would have bought out the WEC and brought in all those fighters like Faber and Jose Aldo and Dominic Cruz, oh my gosh, Strike Force would have been a fucking juggernaut. They would have been huge competitors to the UFC, especially right now. Oh man, I would have loved to see that. 209, baby. Bro, I need to leave. My data pack is close to getting exhausted. May I? All right, Aesthetic, you have a good one. Blessings to you. What's the topic about? Well, right now, man, we're talking about whatever it is you want to talk about. It doesn't have to be mixed martial arts related, rapid fire, guys. UFC should delegate the losers to WWE. I mean, I know there's multiple, UFC fighters that went to the UFC and found success. I mean, Ronda Rousey had, great success over there in the WWE. I know Kobe Covington in the future he wants to become a wrestler as well over there in the WWE. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. There's gonna be definite transitions for these mixed martial arts fighters to find success, in the wrestling area. You know what I mean? Let me see. Famous line. What makes you a woman? Answer. Bleeding out from a hole. So I guess Charlie Kirk, a woman now. Man, that's crazy. You know what I mean? That is out of control, man. That is out of control. That is some dark ass humor right there. If I had to, really, really be specific right there, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah. That is. If that made you laugh, that's some fucking dark ass shit right there. Ronda wasn't the same after that head kick from home. Yeah, she definitely wasn't. I mean, she definitely wasn't. I did call that fight. I did say that Holly Holmes will beat Ronda Rousey. It's funny because my friend, one of my good friends, actually told me Holly Holmes will win by head kick, and it's crazy because that was the head kick around, heard around the world. Roger says, should I think they make more money in the WWE than the UFC? I actually do think so, guys. I do think that the wrestlers do actually make more money, but they're putting wear and tear into their body as well, guys. Those guys get hurt too. What the? But yeah, guys. Yeah, guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, run up these likes, run up these subscriptions. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting this community. Okay, Jason 9, how you doing, Jason 9? Welcome back to the chat. Welcome back to your channel. You're most likely what are you laughing at, Jason 9? Are you laughing at the fact that this guy over here, one of these guys over here, ended up writing that thing about Charlie Clerk? Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff, man. I mean, shit, man. That's some dark ass humor right there, guys. I mean, it really was. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, man. Dark humor right there, man. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say after I read it. I'm just like, wow, like people out there are really shit, you know. It wasn't even funny. Like I'm just being real. It wasn't funny. If the joke was funny, I would have laughed. You guys know that. But it wasn't funny at all. They make more money in WWE now because they have competition. TKO plans to eradicate the competition for that reason alone. No competition, less pay. I hear you, man. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, moving forward when it comes to this whole boxing and UFC, entanglement. To be honest with you, especially with wrestling, I just really hope the future doesn't look like where the future of WrestleMania looks like, a boxing event and a mixed martial arts event and a wrestling event all at once. I mean, I just don't know how that's gonna work cohesively, to be honest with you. And to be honest, I don't know how that's going to work for the fans as well. I mean, think about it. I mean, WWE fans are kind of different from, the mixed martial arts fan, and mixed martial arts fans are definitely different from the boxing, fans. I mean, I don't know how that would work. I really don't, guys. You know what I mean? So I don't even know how this future is going to look. But I am happy. I'm happy at the fact that this Saturday we have like a glimpse. We have a little glimpse of the future of this entanglement with boxing and the UFC. Because I mean, this Saturday we have a good a good UFC card. I mean, I'm not going to say it's one of the greatest UFC cards, but we have a good headliner in Lopez versus Gene Silva. Good card. Okay, and right after this card, we get the privilege to watch one of the greatest boxing events of all time. You know what I mean? And Canelo and Crawford. Pro boxing has gone the wrestling way. No hope for them to be taken seriously or recover from the whole celebrity scams. I mean, I mean, it's funny to me, man. It's funny to me because the reality is a lot of people actually enjoy all these crazy celebrity fights. I mean, there's a lot of viewers and there's a lot of viewership when it comes to these celebrity boxing fights. To be real, I mean, you guys saw the number with that with Mike Tyson fight. Those numbers were just crazy on Netflix. You know what I mean? That's why most likely the Canelo and Crawford fight is being held on Netflix as well. It's going to be unbelievable, and that's why I honestly think it's a huge deal for the UFC. Actually to pivot towards a streaming app like Paramount. I really do think so. I think that's a great move. If you look at Paramount, they have like 3 or 4 times more subscribers than ESPN does. So that's going to be definitely more viewership. That's going to be definitely more eyes and new fans. New fans are going to be introduced to mixed martial arts and the boxing community as well. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Yeah, pick that nose, baby. There you go. There you go. Hopefully you enjoy that. There's some weird ass people out there, bro. uh, I mean, but that's because of Mike. Nobody saw that shit because of Jake Paul. I mean, I understand that's because of Mike Tyson, but there was a lot of people that were intrigued. There was a lot of people that were intrigued, and there was a lot of conversations that were sparked. Right? A lot of people were talking about, oh, wait a minute, who's going to win this fight? Is this a real fight? I mean, Jake Paul is a younger fighter. He's on steroids. He's big. He might have opportunities to knock out Mike Tyson, especially that Mike Tyson is not the real Mike Tyson. I mean, he's 60 damn years old. I mean, there's a lot of questions going into this fight, and I think that's why the viewership was so high. You know what I mean? So I do understand where you're coming from, Jason 9, but I do think Jake Paul had a lot to do with it as well. You know what I mean? But like I said, I mean, moving forward, we're gonna see how this is gonna, unfold. Okay. Let me see. It brings eyes, but ain't nobody is taking them boxing matches seriously. I mean, we're definitely going to take Canelo versus Crawford seriously this Saturday, guys. I mean, you can't tell me you're not sitting, you're not sitting for that fight and watching it and telling yourself, man, this is going to be a hell of a fight. This is going to be a great fight. I'm excited to watch this fight. This might be one of the, like one of those boxing matches that I'm on pins and needles for the first time in a long time. Okay, I mean, I go back, way back, to the days in the '90s of having the privilege, watching boxing back then. And to me, Canelo versus Crawford should have happened a long time ago, but now that it is happening, it's exciting. I'm excited. Roger says, I mean, the Jake Paul fights are paid, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if Tank loses the fight. Roger, I mean, look, man, Tank is definitely outsized when it comes to Jake Paul. It's unbelievable that this fight is even happening. Jake Paul should be ashamed of himself, and in my opinion, the fans should be appalled. The fight shouldn't even be happening. Okay, I mean, what's his name? Tank. I believe he fights like at what 135, 140, if that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, Jake Paul walks around at like 220, 225 guys. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. But it is what it is. This is where we at right now. This is where we at right now. Okay, we're it's the wild wild west right now, guys. It really is. It's the wild wild west right now. Okay, we live in a world where you could get killed for your opinion, guys. You know what I mean? And then we got people out here, doing dark humor. It's just unbelievable. You know what I mean? That's the type of world we're living in. All right. I mean, I would have never thought we would have a mixed martial arts event at the White House, but look at where we're at now. Dana White is actually planning a whole event at the White House with 5,000 people at the White House. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You sit back and I'm just like, man, we're living in a crazy world right now. Crazy world. Got to give credit to Paul. He turned a sport into a joke, but as a businessman, that motherfucker is smart. Jason Nine. I mean, you're absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. I mean, he was just a streamer. He was a streamer that came from a Disney background that found success doing other things, and then he took, fighting seriously. And now, yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't take him seriously. Obviously, I mean, look at the debacle that he's, doing with Tank. But you're right. As a businessman, he's found success. You know what I mean? He's found success. So for that, congratulations to him, guys. Congratulations to him. But yeah, guys. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm excited about my Knicks. Okay, I did want to bring that up as well. I'm excited about my Knicks, man. I can't wait for them to actually start the season, man. I want them to start the season. I am gonna be at one of their games for sure this year. I gotta go. I gotta go watch those guys live and get the privilege to watch basketball live again like that at the highest degree. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys. I mean, I'm probably gonna stay on here for like the next 2 minutes. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys, man. Thank you for supporting this community and pushing this community forward, man. Really, we're almost, till December, guys. Literally, the 2025 is coming to a close. And the rest of this year actually is looking really good, in my opinion. When it comes to the UFC fight cards, there's a lot of fun fights out there that are happening in the future. I mean, a ton of fights. I mean, we got RDR versus Anthony Hernandez. We got Jerry versus Khalil Roundtree. We got Alex Pereira versus Ankalaev. There's a lot of fun fights out there that is happening, and I'm excited for it, guys. I am excited for it. It's unfolding to be a great, 2025, and I'm excited for 2026 as well, especially with the UFC moving to Paramount and having this new deal for the next 7 years. Foreseeable future, baby. For foreseeable future, baby. But yeah, guys, this is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys. Okay? And thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, okay, this is your channel. The only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys, you already know what it is. I'm out of here. Until next time. I'm most likely going to go live tomorrow on Friday, most likely tomorrow afternoon, but stay tuned for that. I will be going live, like I said, this Saturday for this UFC event and for this Canelo Crawford fight. So stay tuned for that as well, guys. Until next time, one love.